When we conduct customer research, we have a tendency to want to go into loads of detail, creating lots of different profiles and giving them all names and daily routines and different purchasing habits and brands that they engage with, etc. And that's all really good stuff. It's going to help that activity, whether it's content marketing or something else, it's going to help it to be 3% better, 5% better, 10% better than would otherwise be the case. So that's great stuff. However, if we actually want to do something truly transformative, if we want to have half a chance of leading our market in the years to come, then we need something more. And it all comes down to one piece of killer customer insight. So I want to give a quick example, just because it's a market that I'm particularly close to. So for years, the gym market operated a certain way. And then one day, one smart cookie somewhere came up with the observation that actually, do you know what, our customers, they're not that bothered about the swimming pool, they're not that bothered about the cafe or the tanning salon. All they're really here for is for time on the gym kit. And okay, they care a little bit about the changing rooms, but essentially it's the gym kit. And by stripping out those additional overheads, which accounted for 70% of the cost, they were able to reduce the price by 70, 80%. And overnight, the budget market was born, and within a couple of years, what had become known as the mid-market had all but vanished. And it all came down to that one killer customer insight. And what I particularly love about that example is that it had nothing to do with technology. And so often when we talk about disruption now, so often we assume that it's got to come from a place of technology. And that just demonstrates that very often isn't the case. It just came down to one person understanding their customer better than anybody else. And in hindsight, it almost seemed obvious, but isn't that always the way? Another example I actually just read just yesterday, a really interesting piece of insight, was that this year, the most successful pop name in terms of ticket sales was not Ed Sheeran or Drake or Justin Bieber. It was a 1980s British band called Depeche Mode. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. But that tells you something really, really interesting. And not surprisingly, the most successful festivals this year were not the big names, and this is in America, I'm not sure exactly how it's been reflected in the UK, but they weren't the really big festival names, but they were the specialist festivals targeting the over 35s. So just another example of a key consumer insight that can have profound implications for various different markets around it. So yes, by all means, conduct that extensive audience analysis, give them all profiles and names and daily routines, that's all really, really good stuff. But ultimately, if you want to do something truly different and truly remarkable, then you need to find that one piece of killer customer insight. See you next time.